asked how I came to adopt Dizzy and Daffy, and I'll just quickly say, because it kind of segues into the other thing I wanted to say. So when I was 26 years old, I was dating my then girlfriend Erin, and she had cats growing up, and her father and stepmother were letting a stray cat stay in the mudroom of their house in the winter in Massachusetts. And the cat had a litter, and they asked Erin if Erin might be interested in taking any of the kittens, because she had cats growing up. And she actually wasn't allowed to have them in her apartment where she lived. But in spite of that, her downstairs neighbors had kittens, and they used to come up the back steps into her apartment when I was down visiting her. And these kittens were adorable. Tiger Lily and Doubles were their name. That way, they're the spiritual sponsors of Dizzy and Daffy. Without them, Dizzy and Daffy would have never come into my life. And Tiger Lily was just this gorgeous female cat with a tiger stripe kind of pattern. And Doubles was named Doubles because he was polydactyl, like the Hemingway cats at Key West. He had extra toes, extra fingers and toes. So Erin said to her dad, I think, she said, I can't take them, I'm not allowed to have them, but you know who might be interested is Brian. He seems to really like these kittens that live downstairs. So she came to me and she said, would you be interested in adopting a kitten or kittens? And I said, I don't know. I mean, it seems like a lot of responsibility. I've never had a pet. I don't really know anything about cats, you know, and I had roommates at the time, so I had to make sure it was okay with them. And I don't know how, but somehow they talked me into this. And, you know, I'm a person who likes to have a lot of control over this environment, and maybe it's a lesson for everyone that, like, take a chance, because I opened my heart and my home into these animals, and they changed it forever. And I went to her dad's house the week before I adopted them. They're about 6 weeks old at this time, and to go see them. And I thought I was adopting a kitten. That was what I had been told. And then when I got there, her father's wife said, "These are the two you're going to take." And I said, I'm taking two now? What happened here? Oh no, it makes sense. You want to have two together. They'll have each other. And again, sometimes it's good to trust other people. Because they're certainly right. I can't imagine, you know, Dizzy and Daffy were individual personalities, and they were different in everything, and wonderful in their differences, but Dizzy and Daffy, like it's an entity, it's a unit, like they go together like peanut butter and jelly, and you know, whatever else other combination you want to name, and so I can imagine, I can imagine only having one and not the other. And so the other thing I wanted to say was just to thank everyone who's here, because, you know, when you have a pet, most of the time when you have a pet and something like this happens, a family has a pet, they do whatever it is that they do, they bury it in the backyard, they you know, flush it down the toilet if it's a fish, whatever it is, but they do that. They have their rituals, and they have each other to share in that, and it's their pet. I mean, they have the relationship with it. When you have a pet, and it's just you, it's a different thing. And when you have a pet and it's a cat, you know, if you have a dog, people take their dogs outside. They go to the dog park. They meet other dog owners. They meet other dogs and all that. It's a semi-public affair. But when you have cats, it's really a very private relationship, and very, very few people get to really witness what it is like in the real day-to-day. You know, my parents have gotten to witness it because they've stayed with me for extended periods of time. Ronette, Jerome, you know, who've been in my house with me, seen it a little bit. But even still, like, you're not there for all the intimate moments. And when you live alone with the cats for 19 years, it's all intimate moments. Everything that I do, they're there, right? They're next to me, they're in my lap, they're in bed with me, they're always with me, and it's a very private thing. And so to be able to have people who are willing to take time out of their day to come here, to be with me, to support me, to give him the send-off that he deserves, because of, you know, I can't express how much good and joy and happiness these guys gave me over this, you know, almost 2 decades. And to be able to send them off and to have people here as witnesses to that, to know that a great life was lived to the fullest, and it's over, and that sucks, but I celebrate him to the end. I'll never forget him. He knows that I will keep him alive in his memory forever, because no one's ever dead as long as they're alive in someone's memory. And Dizzy and Daffy stay alive in my memory forever, and this place is a big part of that, because I can come here and be with them and talk to them and think about them and connect and commune with them. And so you're being here to support me is just an unbelievable gift that you're giving me. I'm overwhelmed by it, and I'm just eternally grateful. I owe all of you a favor that you can call in at any time, and seriously, don't hesitate.
Who are you playing with?
So the last thing I'm going to do here in the room, and then you guys go outside. I'll have a moment with him, and then we'll go over to the grave. Oh, of course, yes. But you can come up. I'm just going to read this one more thing. I read this for Daffy as well. This is a mixture of some kind of anonymous poems that have been written and some stuff that I added. So there's no title for this, but it's just self-explanatory. I'm going to read it to him. Your favorite spots are vacant now. No eager purrs to greet me. No softly padded paws to run ecstatically to meet me. No coaxing rubs. No plaintive meow will say it's time for feeding. I've put away your plate and all the things you won't be needing. But I will miss you, little friend, for I could never measure the happiness you brought me, the comfort and the pleasure. They say memories are golden. Well, maybe that is true. I never wanted memories. I only wanted you. 1,000,000 times I needed you. 1,000,000 times you replied. If love alone could have saved you, you never would have died. In life, I loved you dearly. In death, I love you still. In my heart, you hold a place no one could ever fill. If tears could build a stairway and heartache make a lane, I'd walk the path to heaven and bring you back again. Our family chain is broken, and nothing seems the same. But as God calls us, one by one, the chain will link again.
Beautiful. Did you write that?
It's a combination. It's mostly a couple of poems I put together, and then I kind of tweaked it.
Very nice.
Very nice.
So I'm gonna. The mass has ended. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord. I'm going to put a song on. If you want to come up and take a look, or if you want to just step outside, whatever you want to do. There's photos all right on the table here. My mom and dad can't see that, but if anybody didn't get a chance to look at those, please look at them. There's pictures of him when he was a kitten and pictures of him with Daffy. And then I will meet you out, once everybody's outside, I'll meet you outside in a couple of minutes, and then we'll just proceed over. The grave is right over here. We can walk to it. You'll see the earth has been dug up, and it'll be. I have a very, very brief, like 6-line version of the Irish blessing. I'll say at the grave, and then that'll be it. So you can.